Hello everybody, it's another video today. This is the response team, Vegetable Police Response Team 6. And I want to expand this group that we're forming here. And let's make this the Vegetable Police and BS Diet Promotion Response Team. See if that catches on. I don't think so. It's got to be catchy. Like one word, like carnivore. Anyway, here's Vegetable Police's video. I've got a few things I want to discuss here. This is going to go long. Something he said yesterday I want to respond to. Then I want to respond to a new video by a big channel who seems to be promoting this diet. What the F is he doing? That's another question we're going to look into. Also, why is this diet popular? What's going on here? And the guy starts talking about fiber being bad. There's a doctor out there who wrote a book on this. Let's get into this. Let's get into this. Okay, first up.
And then I want to fast. I do want to water fast. See if I can go. I keep saying, like, my longest is 5 days, and I'd like to do 40, but we all know I'm stopping after 8. So we'll see. If I can do 10, I'd be pretty happy. 21 would be ultimate. And just see what that's like. See what that's like, a full reset button. What's happening behind?
Okay, right there, he says, reset button. Now that's a term that's been going around. I think it was like a year or 2 years ago maybe. Dr. Oz was using it. And so I was covering Dr. Oz back then, and I had something to say about the reset button.
Diet and lifestyle trend everyone's talking about. It is hard to explain a little bit.
There's ketosis. Let's get into ketosis, man. No, don't get into ketosis.
What's getting you thinking about doing this?
Bacon.
This important health news is brought to you by Tyson Meats.
Doctors who support ketosis say that it gives you more brain power. It can fight diabetes and cancer.
Okay, let's get to the reset button
And it helps you burn fat
in here.
Real weight loss, permanent weight loss, can take time. And of course we've heard this before, us in this community, debunking the diet world. No, they haven't tried anything else. Catch it. Tend. Hear what people think. The word of the day.
Allows
Diet is for anybody.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
This below. I'd like to hear what people think about this.
The ketogenic diet is for anybody who wants to experience a breakthrough and really reset their body in those insulin levels.
Okay, we found it. It's the word of the day. Reset. As you're watching this video, keep a lookout for this word.
what allows these ketones to sort of hack our body so we begin to lose weight.
Sure. Well, ketones do several things in the body. Number one, it helps your body hormonally. The other thing it does is it causes your body to work harder, which is a big thing as well. This is going to help reset.
Oh, I wanted to stop to debunk the crap he was saying. You know, he wasn't quantifying any of those crazy claims there. Cause your body to work harder, and that'll burn more fat. No, people, that's so backwards. That's not... If you have to lose weight that way, you're doing it wrong. The body will drop the weight once you incorporate a healthy lifestyle. They're just keeping you trapped in the matrix.
To sort of hack our body.
Okay, here comes the resetting. Resetting. It's such a BS term.
One, it helps your body hormonally. The other thing it does is it causes your body to work harder, which is a big thing as well. It's going to help reset the body, and really also it helps with people. Really also it helps with people. Really.
Oh, we found another one. I've noticed that Dr. Oz is not using the word reset, but this Dr. Axe for Brains guy keeps using that word. Dr. Oz uses the word hack. Now, why is it? Isn't it interesting that they each have their own word, but basically describes the same thing? Why isn't Dr. Oz using the word reset? Well, let's look back at some footage from 3 months ago.
Denise, why would you resort to such an extreme measure to lose the weight?
Once I understood what the diet was actually about, it wasn't so extreme. It was more about a 10-day reset to get my health and lifestyle back.
Just water and the nose feeds.
Correct.
And then after you're off, you've done the program, then...
Now see here, what I'm doing here is I'm showing clips from a few months back to show maybe why Dr. Oz doesn't want to use the word reset.
It just became a lifestyle. It was literally like a reset button for me.
What prompted you to try this feeding tube diet?
I found that it was very easy to do.
Oh, people. You heard that right there. We're talking about the feeding tube diet now. I was going to make a video on that, but never got around to it. Okay. Next guest here.
I didn't have to think about what I was eating. I was looking for, like she said, a reset button. I have a sugar addiction.
He's an obesity medicine specialist. He invented
the 90% weight loss without hunger because of the nutritional ketosis which is produced by this type of diet.
It's basically a controlled starvation diet.
Yes. Yes! That was a good one.
And trick your body. Trick your body into running a little differently.
Now, I don't trust doctors. They stick in their needle and take out your money.
Mr. Furrow.
Crooks, why do you think they wear masks?
It's basically a controlled starvation diet. Are you worried that folks are going to walk away after a 10-day experiment with the wrong message that it's okay to starve themselves?
One of the concerns, the women advocated this idea of resetting, and a lot of patients I have do the resetting treatments. They go down, they take Ibogaine, and all this. I don't know what they're doing. They're not resetting, so I don't know what that is. The whole resetting phenomenon of the brain, faulty. Your computer resets, your brain does not. But everybody, drop the idea that you're resetting. The real question here is not so much does these things work? Is it good medicine? I mean, listen, It's not even just why do we go to extremes, It's why can't we help people without going to these extremes?
Ooh, yeah.
From an eating disorder, too. And so to hear that you can do this, a reset, very compelling to somebody like me, not healthy for me. Not good medicine if somebody had me do this.
Why not just eat less? Wouldn't that be easier than having someone put a tube down your nose?
Yeah, Dr. Oz.
Did you catch that? I did the slow blink. That's a trend that just didn't take off. It didn't last. You may not even remember it.
But only if they're overeating, which you do with the high-fat junk foods, the refined foods. Another thing is, why not just eat right? Would that work? Well, first you have to know what eating right really is.
Yeah, eating right, that's interesting. And, so anyway, this going to extremes, which brings us back to the carnivore diet over here. People are going to these extremes instead of just eating right. Although, you know, he has a special condition. And if, I'll give him one thing here, again. If there is a reset button, the closest thing to it would not be meat. It would more be, you know, fasting would, well, that would reset some things, but not others. I'd say the closest thing to a reset would be just to eat a real simple diet that's healthy. Yeah. So let's see here. One more time for the vegetable
Stopping after
part.
8. So we'll see. If I can do 10, I'd be pretty happy. 21 would be ultimate. And just see what that's like. See what that's like, a full reset button. What's happening behind me?
Alright. No, while he's planning on quitting the carnivore diet here, because, you know, he's not going to keep this up because it's too extreme. While he's doing that, there's a bigger channel here with 500,000 subs that just put up a video. It's like a documentary on this diet, and I listened to some more here, and it seems like he's promoting it. All the work this person has put into this video tells you something really disturbing. Let's get into this. There's some crazy stuff.
Also, I would really recommend wild-caught or pasture.
Another thing is, this channel is the general health and diet channel. They just cover a lot of things. But this is just going overboard with a diet that's the most extreme diet yet.
Raised animals eating a natural, nourishing diet, and be wary of fish oil
Natural?
oxidation.
Natural? This is not natural. Human beings are not carnivores or meat eaters at all.
But wait a minute, thiamine is looking a little low at just 54% of the RDI.
Let's get past this.
On this diet. As Dr. Chris Masterjohn explains in this video of his,
I forget the
here to meat on this diet. The next concern you may have effects of constipation for literally this diet is whether you could actually make any progress on the toilet. After all, it's common knowledge that fiber is necessary for preventing constipation. And people have been frightened by the ill effects of constipation for literally thousands of years. A paper by James Wharton states that as far back as the 16th century BC, an Egyptian pharmaceutical papyrus, the Ebers Papyrus, explains that constipation could lead to the poisoning of the body by material released from the decomposing waste in the intestines.
You notice how much effort is being put into this video here.
The poisoning of the body by material released from the decomposing waste in the intestines. This theoretical condition was called auto-intoxication.
Theoretical? Theoretical, huh? Talk about theoretical here. Oh man, this guy's acting like Trump, calling everybody what he is.
And it influenced medicine for more than 3 millennia. As James Wharton says, this fear of auto-intoxication led to the marketing of all kinds of anti-constipation foods and drugs in the early 1900s, when literally hundreds of brands of bowel cleansers competed for consumer dollars.
Okay, let's pick this up, dude. What point are you making here? Wait till you hear this.
And 9% of children. This preface to Best Practice and Research Clinical Gastroenterology says, our understanding of the pathophysiology of constipation, both in pediatric and adult populations, remains primitive.
Yeah, I would agree. Part of the problem here is that constipation and fiber and the digestive system, it's not simple. But this guy's about to try to make it simple. Building up to some kind of simple point here.
The makers of brand cereal have been telling us with their television commercials, starting in the 1950s, to just chuck some fiber down there.
Kellogg's Cracklin' brand. High fiber, good taste.
Helps keep you fit.
Yes, but it's not that simple. He's about to use a straw man here. He's building up a large straw man and trying to make it simple and then be able to debunk and marginalize fiber, which I've never heard before. That's crazy.
Inside.
Fit inside. Try this.
I remember that commercial.
Sounds delicious.
Nutrition experts recommend increasing your dietary fiber intake as a drug-free way to promote regularity.
A few weeks ago, I was having problems staying regular.
But is fiber really the answer?
when we have a look at the current governmental advice...
See the question he asked there and how he's setting up a straw man? The answer, well, it's one answer, but it's more complicated than that. It's a complex thing.
They consider that fibre is the best available treatment for constipation, but this opinion doesn't bear scientific scrutiny.
And that's false. That's just a fact. Fibre's the best thing, but there's more to it than that. This is a doctor speaking at a lecture. This is just horrible.
Dr. Paul Mason presents here a case-controlled study that looks at 60...
Don't look up his name. It will only make him more popular when you do that on the internet. I'm going to get back to that someday, at some point here.
3 patients with constipation, and high and low fiber diets were compared in them.
And this also included a zero-fibre diet that required the complete cessation of all vegetables, cereals, fruits, and rice.
As we can see, people experience worsened symptoms on a high-fiber diet.
What people did, see, they clearly got certain people with certain conditions for this study, but they're not telling you that here. And also you got to think about why. Why would they even do a study like this where they pit a high-fiber diet against a diet that is all meat, all abuse, all very damaging to the environment, and that no health organization would ever even take seriously? They did a study.
Then, on a reduced fiber diet, people experienced a modest reduction in symptoms. So the question is, what happened to those on the zero-fiber diet?
This is not a mistake. I didn't just forget to put something in the slide there. Not one patient on the zero-fibre diet had...
Is that a laugh track? Sorry for interrupting. I gotta go back. This is the important thing here.
Put something in the slide there. Not one patient on the zero-fibre diet had any symptoms. And these findings were highly statistically significant.
Highly. Where have I heard that? Highly. I can't think of who that was. Highly. I can't think of it. Anyway, this is total bullshit. Did you catch it? He said that no one on the no-fiber diet had any symptoms. Really? Well, let's ask vegetable police about that. But he's about to even... He is about to beat... To beat out, to one-up, to trump his previously craziest statement with yet another statement that's even crazier. Does this sound familiar to you? It's like this is the trend going on in our world now. Let's see if we can out crazy and out Trump. And Trump won a popularity contest.
Every single person in the low zero-fibre group ended up having 1 bowel action per day, every day.
That's about vegetable police. That's what he says too.
Those on the high-fibre group, 1 bowel action on average every 6.83 days.
Audience reaction.
No.
Did you hear it?
1 bowel action on average every 6.83 days.
Now, herbivores eat a huge amount of fiber without getting
Gotta go back. Didn't go back enough.
Every day. Those on the high-fibre group, 1 bowel action on average every 6.83 days.
I haven't left the room, people. I'm still here. Just want you to think about that. Let that sink in. You gotta let that sink in, what he just said there. I've now heard this about 5 times. He just said that people that are eating a high-fiber diet, some of them at least, the people in this study did not go to the bathroom, did not excavate bowel movement for 6 days at a time, once every 6 days. Well, let's just cut to the chase and say that that's physically impossible. What else did I want to say about that? Oh, no. That's, I've never gone that long. No. Well, once in my life, when I was on the SAD diet, but not since I've been eating a high-fiber diet, a vegan diet for the last 23 years. That would be impossible. Let's continue.
Now, herbivores eat a huge amount of fiber without getting constipated, but their digestive tract is designed for this. They generally have much bigger cecums for fermenting the fiber.
Correct.
And for some people, fiber may seem to help get things going, but it also increases your need to have bowel movements, as you've added more.
So that's kind of a contradictory statement there.
More indigestible material.
That's the whole point. That's why it gives you bowel movements, because it increases your need for them.
That needs to be expelled. This might not be enough for you to challenge fiber's rule over the bowel, so I recommend watching the full talk by Dr. Paul Mason or reading the book Fiber Menace by Konstantin Monastyrsky. Now, at this point, you may be worried about the gut microbiome.
Okay, let's go somewhere else here. I want to show you something. Carnivore diet. The wildest crazy diet. Yet, I was reading this article, and here it says, the time you spend on the toilet isn't the only thing you have to lose trying this diet. The time. I guess it's saying you won't spend as much time on the toilet because there isn't much to come out. All right. Actually, yeah, let's see what he says here.
Wouldn't cutting out fiber kill off all our good bacteria? Not necessarily. Bacteria have specific conditions for their growth. Some prefer oxygen, some don't. Some like fiber, some don't, and so on. This study found that Canadian Arctic Inuit still maintain a diverse microbiome, but they do have lower diversity in the Prevotella bacteria. Prevotella has been shown to improve glucose metabolism, meaning their diet may worsen their glucose metabolism a bit, but remember, they hardly consume any glucose in the first place. And Prevotella is actually linked to chronic inflammatory conditions, such as
and they die early. Okay, this video's gone on long enough. I don't want to make it 40 minutes, you know. So, that'll be it, people. Join in the resistance. This is just getting crazier. These people are putting on lectures, and there's... Now, these are doctors, man. These, you gotta wonder. You got to wonder why they are doing this. We know what a healthy diet is. And we know people aren't too fond of eating them, but doctors have an oath. First, do no harm.